Hello, this is a message from Spirit straight to your ears. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Let's get started with the messages. Spirit, woo! Patience. Sometimes... Look, okay, let me just tell you. The way that this card just popped out of this deck and the card that it is just says it all. This card popped out of the deck with enthusiasm, right? But the card itself represents patience. It represents planning and planting and, vision and foresight, right? But it's a very calming and settled energy. And so, but the way that it popped out of the deck was completely in contradiction to what the energy is on the card. So it leads me to believe that Spirit is trying to reflect to you what your current state is. Yes, you're eager, but you're learning to have patience. Yes, you have things that you want to see come into fruition, things that you want to see drop down into your reality, but you are eagerly patient. You're eagerly waiting, and I really like that. I like that. Let's see. What else, Spirit? What else you got? That was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a card do that before. That's funny. And, if you're not in that energy, then you definitely need to make yourself go in that direction of the energy, because patience is what you need in order to see the end results of the planting of the seeds, to see the vision come to reality, to have your manifestation show up in your reality the way that you are planning it out. So if you're not in that energy just yet, think about the way that I just described the energy and try and match your energy to that energy, okay? So the next message that I have from Spirit is a message of fertility, of, again, what we just talked about. I talked about the patience, right? But then I also talked about planting seeds and being a visionary, basically. And so when you talk about the energy of fertility, in this instance, there is a coming together, which is really strange. I'll go ahead and I'll let Spirit flow through me on this. So there's a coming together. No manifestation can come to reality without at least two forces, right? One being the energetic force, being the thought, the energy generated on the inside of the body, the other being the actual physical action put to reality. No manifestation, no fertility can happen without the two opposing forces, the two sides, the yin and the yang, right? So you have to allow yourself, one, to be yourself in its entirety, the light and the dark, the good and what people would consider to be the bad, but not in the bad in the sense of hurting humanity, but in a sense of like your shadow side, allowing the parts of yourself that you would prefer to hide from other people, the parts of yourself that you would prefer to keep to yourself based on the ideologies that have been taught to you, the programming that has been given to you that makes you think that these parts of yourself shouldn't be shown. Aggression, anger, sadness, just those low vibing energies that are necessary for us to appreciate the other end of that spectrum, the emotion that's at the other end of that spectrum. So if we're talking about anger, being able to experience happiness. I'm not sure if that's on the other spectrum, but okay, let's just say sadness, being able to experience happiness, or experiencing, I think you get the point. So just allow yourself to feel the full range of your emotions. And if there are particular feelings that you're having that you don't particularly like, that don't make you feel good on the inside, still allow yourself to have them, but process through them, have them, release them, and then try and meditate your way back into your baseline or your high frequency, right? And if you're not a meditator, you can always just sit and think of things that you're grateful for. That'll definitely get you back into high vibes. When you start thinking about all the things that have gone right for you, you can always pull yourself from a low vibe to a high vibe. That's a promise. Gratitude cannot exist in low vibration. It's impossible. Next message, Spirit. I see Spirit gonna have me working today. What's next, Spirit? All right. So at this time, you're being called to work with self or work in partnerships. You can choose to work with yourself or to work in partnerships. However, the temptation that comes up when working in partnerships is to revert back to an old version of yourself. Some people, some energies, some people and their energies that you used to deal with in the past that would elicit certain behaviors or responses from you can bring back those responses in you if you're not being aware and conscious of the way that you're behaving, the way that you are responding to certain situations and discussions and circumstances. So make sure that when you're going throughout your day and you're interacting with every single person, every single interaction, I know this seems like a really big task, but it's not. If you're present like you should be, in order to make your manifestations come into reality like you should be, if you're present in the present moment, then this will not be something extra. Actually, this will help you. It will assist you in staying in the present moment. So when you are going about your day and you come into contact with particular people, it doesn't matter who it is, you need to start to practice. You need to start to practice to be yourself. You need to start practicing being yourself. And if you don't know what yourself is, and by what I mean is you don't know how you normally sound, you don't know how you normally respond, you don't know what you normally feel, like you don't know, if you don't know yourself, and don't feel ashamed, because sometimes it takes a while to get to know yourself, especially if you've had like distractions and people around you siphoning your energy. You just haven't had the ability to have the full range of your energy untapped by other people. All right? But this is why I'm saying If you don't know who you are or how you feel or what you normally would do or how you respond because you don't know who you are, you need to take some time in solitude. You need to take some time in solitude, and you need to just watch and observe yourself. And how you do that: turn on something that you like or that you think you like, and actually watch it and go, do I really like this? And be honest. No, I really don't like this. Oh, okay, well then I know now I don't like it. And if you are concerned and confused about the choice you just made, well, watch another one that's similar to it. Do I like this? Oh, no, I don't like this. Or, this one's better. Maybe it's not that I don't like this. Maybe it's that I don't like this in this particular way, you know? So just do things. Watch stuff, listen to music. A perfect opportunity to be able to see yourself for who you really are, and it not really have a huge impact is, these phone calls, these people that call you on the phone, right? And they're calling you to see if they can get you to buy something. Practice on them. Answer the phone and just, practice being yourself. That way it doesn't matter, because once they get off the phone, they're off the phone, and you'll probably never talk to them ever again. They don't care who you are. You don't care who they are. They didn't care who you were in the first place. But, instead of being rude and like hanging up on them or anything, you can just use that opportunity to practice being yourself. How do you sound when you talk? Well, what do you say to certain things? How, get that practice in on being yourself. That's funny. I've had to do that. I've had to practice being myself. Absolutely. I've definitely had to, practice being myself. The next message that I have from Spirit is to be stronger. Be stronger. And what I mean is, like, be more firm in your decisions. Be more firm in the things that you believe. Be more firm in the things that you don't like and don't accept. And I guess this is a great follow-up to learning who you are. Because once you learn who you are, then the next step would be to make sure that you are practicing who you are. And a part of practicing who you are is to be more firm in the things that you have discovered about yourself. If you discovered that you are a sweetheart, and because you are a sweetheart, your boundaries a little weak, then you need to strengthen your boundaries. If you are a little aggressive and people are put off by you, and this is something that you like about yourself, disregard what they think or how they feel about the way that you come across, unless you don't like the way that you come across, and not because of the way other people feel, but because you don't like being aggressive. Then find another way to be, and then buckle down on that, if that makes sense. This life is about becoming. So it's okay. It's okay to try things out. It's okay to, people would call it a mistake if you had a particular phase in your life where you did things that you don't normally do now. No, this is just the way life is. And we've come to a place where the powers that be want to be in control so bad that they've tricked you into believing that experiencing the fullness of who you are is sinful, or it's wrong, or it's not, how do we say? It's not right for society in some way. Spirit, what's the next message? So, Spirit wants you to walk away. Whatever popped in your head when I said walk away, that's what Spirit wants you to walk away from. Whatever you thought about when I said Spirit wants you to walk away, that's what Spirit wants you to walk away from. But for those of you who did not hear or nothing popped into your mind when I said walk away, Spirit wants you to walk away from the things that distract you from developing in a way that you want to. Spirit wants you to walk away from the things that cause you to be other than yourself. Spirit wants you to walk away from mindsets and programming that hinder the desires and the manifestations that you want to bring into your reality. Spirit wants you to walk away from that. Next message, Spirit. Get motivated. Get inspired. Get passion. Get that passion back because... Okay, let me explain. The only reason you don't enjoy your day is because you're clinging on to a residual energy that showed up in your past that is no longer in your current future. Right? Unless that negative residual energy is your spouse and they're sitting next to you right now. The energy that you're experiencing that is having a downward pull on your energetic, making you feel sluggish, making you feel tired and sad, or what they call melancholy, or just, where you don't feel chipper, and not necessarily like, oh, I'm so happy, but like peaceful. We say baseline downtimes is peace. That chipper attitude, that's a high vibrant energy, right? Because it's light. It's it's light and airy energy, so it's high vibrant. But Spirit wants you to become excited and happy about your future. Because your future is so bright. Your future is so bright. It only gets bigger and better from here unless you decide to turn around and go back to the past, of course. And why would you do that? Because it's in the past for a reason. It didn't work. It didn't work. Whatever it was. Man, woman, job, situation. It didn't work. And you would be a fool, although there are some good fools, but you would be a fool to go back and to try and rekindle or to salvage something that you were able to get out from under, to heal yourself from, to leave. Spirit had to step in several times with you on these things in your past. So don't go back, because you might not make it out the next time, okay? You're here where you are now energetically because of all the work that you've done, all the work that you put in, all the things that you have done to this point. Don't mess it up by being impatient. We talked about patience earlier. By being impatient and thinking that your manifestation is not coming. It's the moments when you deter from the path, or when you stage left when you should have just stood your ground, when you should stay the course. You can't get to a destination by taking a route that doesn't lead you to the destination. no matter how long the road is from here to the destination, let's say your destination is your manifestation will not show up until the manifestation shows up. So the 50,000 miles it takes to get to the destination, it takes 50,000 miles. What, you gonna stop at 25, right? You gonna stop at half and say, oh, my manifestation's not here, it's not coming. You got another 25 to go. What are you quit playing. And Spirit says some of your manifestations never come because you always quit before it shows up. Your manifestation 50,000 miles down the road, you made it 30,000 talking about, oh, this don't work. It does work if you keep driving. Keep driving. That's the message. Keep driving. Keep going. Let that passion, that excitement that Spirit wants you to have, drive you in the direction that you want to be. And don't let anybody stand on the side of the road and tell you that you're going the wrong direction when Spirit already gave you the blueprint. It gave you the roadmap to the destination. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what map they think they have in their hand. You follow the map that Spirit handed to you. Dang, I feel aggressive. I'm sorry. That was aggressive. My bad. Spirit, what's the next message? Hmm. 22. Go look up that. What does that mean? 22. I know they typically come in threes, like 2, 2, 2. No, but go look up 22. Look up the spiritual meaning of 22. Yes, go look up the spiritual meaning of 22. Next message, Spirit. Let what we just talked about settle in a little bit. Somebody just asked, how do I get more patience? How do I get more patience? Okay, so let me tell you. I used to be hella impatient. I swear. Like, I used to be really impatient, and it's because I felt that things should happen a little bit faster. I didn't understand the laws. I didn't understand the way energy worked or anything like that. I'm completely unaware, unconscious, just living my life from day to day. And what I had to realize through experience, no one could tell me how to do this, but I had to develop my own patience out of the awareness of my actions, doing an action, and then seeing what the results were, right? Taking a shortcut and seeing how long it took me to get to where I wanted to be, even if whether the shortcut was beneficial or not. And 9 times out of 10, the shortcut was not beneficial. When we're talking about building, we're not talking about busy work, aesthetics. No, we're talking about building. When you're building something, taking a shortcut is the worst thing you can do. Found that out by doing actions and then watching my outcome. And doing that, learning that, trying to take a shortcut, taking the shortcut, thinking that I'm going to get somewhere faster, only to be rerouted and have to do it again, or to have to take much longer to do a thing, to clean up the mess that I made and then do it the right way, like I should have done it from the beginning, and then still ending up where I needed to be, and it's still being the perfect timing. it just all showed me that I just need to be patient. Just do a thing, enjoy another thing, wait for the manifestation of this thing, move on to this thing, do the next step for this thing. Like, it made me start to multitask with different projects or different manifestations, because if I only had one manifestation in the fire, like let's say what they say, sticks in the fire. If I only had one stick in the fire, I would obsessively think. I would obsessively like be trying to see the outcome of what I'm manifesting. So that's another thing. You know, I just had several things to focus on. And that is how I develop patience. You find other things to do while you're waiting for this one thing. And know that whatever becomes of this thing is what it's going to be, no matter how long it takes you to get there, right? It's about the process. Understanding that it's about the process as well. And learning to enjoy the process. That also helps with patience. That took me years. Okay. Years to figure out. Oh my God. So there you go. Free 99. But it still ain't nothing like experiencing it. So even if you don't want to be patient and you don't want to take my words, my experience, because that was not a message from Spirit, that was me explaining to you how I learned how to get patience. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You will still figure out how to have patience in the end, or you won't. Just based off your own experiences and the things that you do in this world, you're either gonna learn or you don't. Next message from Spirit is like, don't be afraid. Like, I just talked about how in the end it still ended up looking or appearing to be perfect timing. If I had done it right the first time, it still would have been perfect timing. Everything is perfect timing because it's based off of you and who you are and how you're made and how you're constructed, in a way your thoughts are, produced and processed. What you like, what you don't like, what you can handle, how strong you are, how weak you are in certain areas. Like, in the end, it's all for you. This whole show is for you. This is for you. You're here on planet Earth so that you can have experiences. And so whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, it's going to be a part of the plan. You cannot change or deter from what is inside of you. If you have a goal, everybody comes here with the blueprint that they're supposed to walk. And what helps to unleash the blueprint is the experiences and the interactions that they have with other people. So whatever is in your blueprint, there will be multiple situations and people that will activate for you. There never has to be one particular person that will support you. You will always have support from something or someone. Spirit, last message. Last message, Spirit. Take a deep breath for me, please. Breathe in. Breathe out. Move on. Dang. Earlier I said walk away. You obviously thinking about something real hard. It's something to do with some heartache, maybe some betrayal, something like that. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. It's dragging your energy down. How you let it go? You let it go by replacing that space that you're holding for that person, or that thing, or that situation that disappointed you. You replace it with something else, right? So let's say it's a person. Think about all the things that you liked to do for that person, right? So let's see. If you're finding it hard to let go of a person, what you have to understand is what you're finding it hard to let go of is the opportunity that it gave you in order to show your love. Because more times out of 10, you're putting into a relationship more than you're getting out. At least that's your perception, More times than not, your perception is that you're putting into a relationship more than you're getting out. So think about that person or that person that hurt you. What did you like doing for that person? And if it was like, oh, I like making them breakfast in bed, get yourself breakfast in bed. Have breakfast delivered to you. Do the things that you would do for someone else for yourself. If you would walk through the mall and go, oh my God, like this would be so cute. Let me get this for him, or let me get this for her. Walk through the mall, find something cute, and get it for yourself. Like, you have to start understanding and realizing that no one person is spectacularly special. I don't know if you noticed, but every person you would break up with, the next person you would get with would be a little bit better than the last. That will continue to happen until you die. If you continue to change partners, they will always get better. Why? Because you're always learning yourself more. You are, starting to reject certain things that you don't like. And so your energy is changing, your frequency is changing. So you start to attract to yourself more the things that you like. So there will always be another person. And that's why it's called settling down. The emotions that you are feeling are emotions that you would feel if anyone that you were with did that to you. Do you understand that? So it's not specific to this one person. It's just that this is the person that is in position that you were having this interaction with, that you were bouncing your love off of, right? So I hope that kind of helps you to do something to release it. You can also listen to some music and kind of have your emotions open up, right? That's why in church they have a praise team, or they have a music selection before the sermon, is to open you up emotionally. Okay, so listen to some music that makes you feel open emotionally. I won't say what type of energetic state you should be in or what type of emotion you should be in, but that just makes you feel open. And then I want you to sit somewhere quietly and talk to this person in spirit. Like, talk to them as if they were sitting there with you right now, and explain to them how you feel, and let them answer you in your mind. Let them respond to you in your mind. And you do this every day or every week, or how often you feel like you need to do this, until you can come to a space where you're having a conversation with this person in spirit that allows you to say, okay, I accept the fate here. I accept the ending here. I accept what has happened here. And I'm choosing to move forward now. I don't want to think about this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I respect the choice. I respect what has happened here. I'm taking the lessons that I've learned, the things that I did that were mistakes. I'm going to look at those and try and be better next time. And I'm going to go and be by myself for a while. This is the first thing you should be saying. Be by myself for a while, just to reconnect with myself and who I am, to remember who I am, and then go find someone else. That's it. Move on. Move on. That's all you can do. And that strong ass feeling you feel like you have, that might be this is my soulmate. No, we're all soulmates. We're all literally connected at the spirit. We're all soulmates. So, yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this really helped you today. These were messages from Spirit straight to your ears. And until next time, ciao.